Hi there, my name is Nick, but I also go by Temperistic in the gaming world. The title of this video is very vague, as you might see there, and the reason why I'm opening this video differently than I usually do in my other videos is because I'm sure by some chance there's going to be some people attracted to this video because of YouTube's algorithms and their recommended video thing that don't play video games and they have no idea what kind of situation is going on with Destiny. So for those of you who don't play video games and have no interest in Destiny or Bungie or Sony whatsoever, forgive me for wasting your time and have a great day. For those of you who are into Destiny, Bungie, Sony, video games, FPS shooters, things like that, welcome. This video is to educate people who may not know what's going to be going on next Tuesday, the 9th of June. So I am here to, say my piece. Now, there's tons of videos out there, a lot of videos from content creators with hundreds of thousands, millions more subscribers than what I have, but I thought I'd make this video so I could say that I'm doing my part. And, whether this is for us to, try and get Sony to greenlight a Destiny 3, or if it's for us to just get more content, whatever the reason may be, I think we can, at least at the end of the day, all say that the best case scenario is for, if Destiny 3 does get greenlit, the people who are about to get laid off won't get laid off, or they're going to get hired back right away. Because if Destiny 3 doesn't happen, a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs, and that is not a good thing, never a good thing. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, losing their job, and, the fear of just not knowing, when you're going to get your next gig to pay your bills and all that is one of the worst feelings, as I come from a family who knows what that feels like. And I have friends who knows exactly what that feels like. But anyway, getting into the video here, let me move my camera because I have a little surprise. I actually don't know where I'm going to move it because we're getting so much here. Let's see here. How small can I make this while you can still kind of see me? Okay, so I'm going to be blocking. So if you hit dismiss, then it'll close it out. Menu, it'll go, pretty obvious stuff, and then the seasonal hub will bounce you to like the battle pass and your challenges and all that. Okay, so I could move it down here. Maybe that's better. You can still see the moon kind of. Okay, so first things first. This is besides words, this is basically all we have to go off of. Besides words, we have actually something to look at. If you played through even a little bit of the Edge of Fate expansion, which came before the Star Wars one in December, I think Edge of Fate came out almost a year ago now. We used to have a menu, a UI, a directive system like this, where you could click on the planets, go wherever you want, things like that. But then they switched it to a more compact system, and it was just not very good to look at it whatsoever. And I think if you, on the bottom of the screen, right above announcements, you see that green diamond with the circle in it. I think that's how you go back to the old system if you want to. And then that's, in retrospect, it was not like a horrible system because you could easily, access lost sectors and, missions, and it was really easy to, figure out which missions that you had to do, but it was so like bare bones that it was just terrible. It just like it's like they removed most of the content. Whereas here you can click on Vanguard, which is on the bottom of the screen, the blue diamond with the double V, and you can go into your strikes, nightfall, things like that, and load up in the playlist. Whereas, they took the playlist out and they just had you, search, the individual strikes, and it was just bare bones, because when you go into a Vanguard strike playlist, you are selecting from 15 to 20 strikes, and then the other system we only had 5 or 6 strikes to choose from. So this is a better system. This is going to be the new director, which we've basically had since Destiny 1. And here we can take a look at all the planets. Unfortunately, we still aren't going to be getting the stuff from the the sunset that they did. So we're still not going to get Titan. We're not going to get Mars. We're not going to get the Red War. I think Forsaken expansion is still gone as well. So unfortunately, that isn't going to be coming June 9th, but we are getting a huge update, the biggest update Bungie has ever given Destiny since the franchise has come out since 2014, and we're getting a lot of stuff, and I'm going to go over that here. I had to just type up a huge thing. My fingers are tired. I had to just go through a 23-minute race last night playing Forza in the freaking Goliath. I mean, my hands are tired. So. Here, just go over it a little bit here. We've got Europa on the far left of the screen that came out with the Beyond Light expansion. We have Neptune, which was the Lightfall expansion. Nessus has been here since the beginning. The Moon, I believe, came back when we had the expansion with Eris and the Starlight Keep, and the Hive were taking over the Moon. And then Cosmodrome, EDZ, they've been here since the beginning. The Pale Heart came around the Final Shape expansion. And then Eternity, you go there to go see Xur. And not to go see Xur to get your regular stuff, since we've had since Destiny 1, where you try to find him on Friday and see which exotics are missing. But you go and see him for the 30th anniversary thing, and you go into his treasure room, and you just get cosmetics from him. You can also do that 6-player activity. And then I believe there's one more thing you can do there. I forget what it is. I believe you can go into this 6-player activity just by yourself, and there's a exotic. I believe the Halo 1 pistol is what you can get. I think it's called the Forerunner in this game. And then you have Savathun's Throne World on the right side of the screen. That was the Witch Queen expansion, the Dreaming City. That came from the Forsaken expansion. Kepler above Savathun's Throne World, that was the Edge of Fate expansion. And then the most recent one, the Lawless Frontier, that is the Star Wars expansion, where Bungie decided to partner with Lucasfilms. I have barely played. I think the only thing I've played is just the initial first mission in the Star Wars thing. So at least I have some content to go back to with everything else that's coming. And then on the bottom of the screen here, I already talked about it going from left to right. We have the blue diamond there. That's the Vanguard thing. You can just do, it's just PvE. You got strikes. You have the harder missions with the Nightfall, where you can earn even better rewards. When you go into it, you get randomly matched with 2 other people, and or you can bring in 2 people that you know. And then the red one is for PvP players. You can do Trials of Osiris, which is the most competitive atmosphere that you can get in this game. And then you have your regular Crucible playlists, whether it be the crazy Mayhem game modes or it's the rocket launcher ones where you have these massive cannons on your back and you guys are just shooting each other with them. You've got Control, which is basically domination from Call of Duty. You've got Momentum Control, which is same thing, just faster respawns and less health. You've got Free For All, so many different game modes. And then the middle green one with the snakes is Gambit, where it's like PvEVP, where it starts out as PvE, and then a portal opens for you to go to the other side and try to take down as many of the real player opponents as you can. They had something a while back called the Reckoning, where it was kind of like Horde from Gears of War. And then they took that away, and then I think that's it. And then the next one, which is it's got the skull and the sword, that is the raids that you can go into, tons of raids. Bunch of raids came over from Destiny 1. You've got the Vault of Glass. You've got the Taken King. You've got Crota. And then you have the new expansions from Destiny 2. I think since they took away a bunch of content, you can't access the Leviathan raid. The new raid that came with Kepler is a Vex raid you can do. And then you have a whole bunch of dungeons that you can do. I could be wrong. I believe each planet has at least one dungeon you can do. And then the right one I talked about, I believe, I'm not 100% sure. I believe that'll bring you to the newest version of this director here. But why would you want to go back to it? This one's better. Okay. So, not going to talk about everything. I just scraped the surface. You see at the top of the screen, you've got your friends list. Right now we're on destinations. You go to your map, which goes to, if you're on one of the planets, it'll go to in a more in-depth area of where you are. You've got your quests, which tell you what to do for your exotic weapons or whatever missions you're on. If you're doing an expansion, it'll tell you what the next mission is. You've got your rewards pass, which is the same thing as a battle pass. And then in the rewards pass, you have a separate thing that you go into, which is your seasonal challenges, and you get those done, and you get some more bright dust, and you use bright dust to get cosmetics. And then you go to the store, which is it's just called Eververse, and you go there to buy cosmetics with your bright dust, or you can buy silver with real money and get even more cosmetics. And then it's a mouthful. You got to remember this game came out in 2017, so this is almost 10 years of freaking stuff right here, man. Whew. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty here. What I want to talk about. First things first, just want to give a quick shout out to all the voice actors and actresses who are supporting this. This is a big thing. We just reached, I believe, 350,000 signatures on the Destiny 3 petition. Once again, I will put it in the description box below. If you want to sign it, it would be highly appreciated. It's completely free. It takes 10 seconds to sign it. It's just you saying that you support the fans and the players, and you want Sony to greenlight Destiny 3 so people can keep their jobs and so more awesome stuff gets made. And you might be like, well, Temperistic, I know for a fact that you haven't played Destiny 2 since January. Why do you care about a game? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I haven't played since January, but it's not like it's because I got bored. It's because more games have come out. I have about 70 games now on my backlog. I'm trying to finish 007 First Light. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just came out on Xbox. Crimson Desert is still on the docket. Pragmata, I'm not even halfway done with that game. The new Lego Batman game just came out. I've got to do that. I'm still working on Forza Horizon 6. I just reached level 205 in it, and I still have a whole bunch of stuff to do. I mean, they just keep releasing games, and then June 9th, got to get back into Destiny, and luckily right now I'm on vacation from work, and I don't go back until Thursday. But having said that, tomorrow, the 5th of June, we have the Summer Showcase. What's his name? The dude that does the video game awards, Jeff, I think. And that is when we're gonna get even more games announced and everything. We just had the State of Play for PlayStation, and they showed Wolverine gameplay, God of War gameplay for the new game. We had a new Stuntman racing game. We had, a whole bunch of stuff. Ill, which is the most realistic horror game I've ever seen, is coming out. And then on Sunday, 2 days after the Summer Showcase tomorrow, we have the Xbox Showcase, which is going to hopefully show some new Halo gameplay. Not for the Halo 1 remake, but hopefully some Halo PvP gameplay, but they're probably saving that until the Halo World Championship in December. We're going to get the Gears of War E-Day Direct, which is going to be awesome. This is the first time I think that I've ever been excited for a Direct. Usually they have some games I'm not interested in for the Direct. I mean, they're going to show more Fable gameplay and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, just game after game after game is being released. I think now we have like 4 or 5 games coming out of September because all these developers are trying to avoid releasing their games in November because we have GTA 6 coming out November 19th. Rumor has it pre-orders are going to be coming out very, very soon, so it sounds like this is set in stone. They're not going to delay it anymore, which is why Fable is now coming out in 2027. They don't want to release it. Nobody wants to release any of their games in November. As of right now, as far as I know, the game that is coming out closest to GTA 6 release date is Modern Warfare 4, which actually looks pretty cool. I avoided Black Ops 7 because it looked like garbage. Modern Warfare 4 looks pretty cool. And that's coming out October 22nd. So, okay, let's get into Destiny. Sorry. Yes, let's thank the voice actors who have come out to show support. We have Joshua David King, who is the voice of Oryx the Taken King. Deborah Wilson, who is the voice of Savathun the Witch Queen. Brandon O'Neill, who is the voice of Prince Uldren or Crow. Todd Habercorn, who is the voice of the Drifter. And Brian Villalobos, who is the voice of Lodi from the Kepler expansion. I'm sure there's more. These are the only ones I've seen videos from. These are the only ones. No, Eris Morn, the voice actress for Eris Morn, I don't know what her name is. She also came out and made a video showing support. And I also watching a bunch of videos of these content creators being, some being sad, some being inspirational, some being mad. I found one comment in the comment section of these videos that really just struck a chord with me, and I thought I would copy it and say it here on the channel because it really sums it up of what it meant to play Destiny, getting off of work, whatever, whether you be a competitive PvPer or a raider or whatever. So I just wanted to read this quote, this comment that someone posted, if you will lend me your ears. So here it is. I'm not the strongest guardian out there. I don't have thousands of flawless solo raid clears. I don't wear the most prestigious titles, and my build probably isn't the most optimized in the galaxy. But if there's one thing I know for sure, it's what this game truly means to me. For all these years, no matter how tired I was, how rough my day went, or how repetitive life got, every single time I booted up Destiny 2, the magic happened. I never got tired of it. Never. The moment my ship spawned into orbit, I just felt good. I felt safe, disconnected from the noise of the real world. This universe became a second home. So, with everything happening right now and whatever the future holds, there is no way I'm watching this from the sidelines. On June 9th, I'm reporting for duty. I will be standing right beside my fellow brother and sister guardians for one single mission to absolutely break the player count record. We are going to show everyone, if we have to, the true power of this community so that Destiny 3 actually happens. And that's the end of the quote. I don't think I could have put it into words any better than that. Right now we have the signatures on the petition right now is over the highest player count that we've ever had. So I think we're just talking about Steam here because the only player count that we're able to see for most games nowadays is just on Steam, as most developers are hiding the player count now for God knows what reason. But without further ado, let's get into what this huge content update is going to entail coming on Tuesday. This is just the information I've been able to gather through word of mouth, through their blogs. They've been posting a bunch of stuff on their website. Maybe some of this stuff won't come. Maybe more stuff will come. I'm expecting the latter because this is the last hoorah for this game. So bear with me here. First thing first, I have to talk about is something that is near and dear to my heart. One of my favorite, if not my favorite game mode of Destiny, and that is Sparrow Racing League. It is coming back from Destiny 1. A lot of players have been asking for it for a long time. I don't believe any new maps are going to make their way into it. They're just going to be taking the maps that we already had from Destiny 1, which was actually quite a few. I think it was like 6, 7, 8, which isn't bad. And not only are you going to be able to race with your Sparrows, but you're also going to be able to race with your flying skateboards. I don't remember what the name of them is. If you haven't played Destiny 2 in a while, they released a second vehicle that you can ride around on in open space, and it's basically a flying skateboard. And you'll be able to race each other. I don't know if it's 6 players, 7 players, 8 players. I remember. I forget the count. And it's going to be on returning Destiny 1 maps, and you are going to be able to acquire unique armor and weapons, and probably cosmetics, and they all can be earned through this game mode alone. So I'm very excited for that. It is going to be awesome. It's a long time coming. And for you more competitive PvEers, Pantheon 2.0 is going to be returning as a permanent edition. It's going to be offering a fresh gauntlet of raid bosses. The first wave drops on Tuesday, June 9th, and the full lineup is going to be arriving June 13th. If you don't know what Pantheon 2.0 update is, if you've ever done raids, it basically takes the normal raid and it makes it harder. I've never played through them. I'm not a heavy raider. I've done a lot of dungeons. If they had this for dungeons, I probably would do it. But it just, I don't know if it makes the raid bosses stronger or if it adds more enemies. It just makes the raid harder somehow. And, yeah, they love it. The next thing to talk about is what I've already showed you. It's on screen right now for you to look at. It's a refresh director. Since we've had since Destiny 1, just more stuff on it. Next thing is going to be the planet-side distortions. Basically what these are, they are reality-altering destination public events that shake up patrol zones with unique combat challenges and specific rewards. From the sound of it, it's like instead of you going to the public event comes to you. So you could just be chilling, smoking a bowl or whatever, and all of a sudden a public event comes to you and you start getting attacked, but you're going to be able to get unique stuff from these. So looking forward to that. We're also going to be getting the final battle pass, which was planned. So there was I don't know if it was a huge update or if it was an expansion. It was called Shadow and Order, and it was supposed to come around this time, I think next month. But they canned it. Because they're saying, hey, we're just going to go into maintenance mode with this game. So instead of what they were going to do, they're just rolling out this last update. And we're going to get the final battle pass, which was supposed to be tied to that update or that expansion or whatever. It's going to be releasing with an increased number of cosmetic rewards, a new exotic hand cannon, and multiple armor ornament sets, which change the look of your gun, your exotic guns, and your exotic armor pieces. We're also going to be getting something called the Memorial Wall, which is a new space within the tower. It's going to scan your account's historical achievements since 2014 when D1 came out, and it's going to let you display your legacy and unlock an exclusive title. So I can't remember if it was when D2 first came out and you were doing the Red Ward, but if you remember, if you were here for that, they kind of showed, your achievements in D1, and they somehow were able to gather the data to show who you were playing with, and they would post your fire team in the bottom right or left corner, and it was like 6, 7, or 8 slides, and it was pretty cool. So I don't know if it's going to be something like that you're going to be able to look at your previous fire teams, like whenever you did the Vault of Glass raid in D1 or whatever, but that sounds pretty cool. Something else is called character lore beats. Basically, from my understanding, this is going to be their way of tying up the story for Destiny 2. Right now, we are on the 9. We're on a story that involves the 9. We've known about the 9 since D1. We finally got an expansion for them with the Edge of Fate. And a lot of people are upset now because, we just started this new saga. We just ended the Light and Dark saga, and we're starting up this new saga. And now, Destiny 2 is ending, so Somehow, some way, these are meant to give the players some kind of closure. I don't know. It just says we're getting some small standalone story segments, Easter eggs, character reveals. That's it. That's all we got. Next, we are getting a massive weapon drop, over 160 guns. This is the single largest weapon revamp in Destiny history. It will completely modernize 50 destination weapons, 54 raid weapons, 36 dungeon weapons, and the rest are going to be classic favorites. So I don't know what that means, modernizing them. I guess they're just going to try to balance them with the new stuff. No idea. Like I said, this is all just words on paper. We don't have a whole lot to go off of. We have a full raid and dungeon gear tiering coming out. All raid and dungeon gear from Edge of Fate are getting tuning updates. So that does not include the raid we got with Edge of Fate. Weapon tier upgrading, crafted and tiered weapons can be permanently upgraded at the Mars Relic to unlock enhanced perks. So if you were not here for the Witch Queen expansion on Mars, we got and I said earlier Mars on the picture we're looking at. I meant Mercury. We can't go to Mercury. We also can't go to. It's so weird because it's like we can go to Mars to craft our stuff, but it's only a small section, and you go through it through Savathun's Throne World. It's like you open up Savathun's Throne World right there, and then there's a little section like for Mars. It's weird how they did it, and then through that you're able to craft your weapons and all that. So I guess now it's permanently gonna make it to where you can upgrade them. So I don't know. I haven't used it a lot. And then we're getting subclass and ability upgrades. Bungie is launching 3 new prismatic aspects alongside massive sandbox reworks, spicy PvE ability buffs, and extensive exotic weapon and armor tuning. So with the Final Shape expansion, we got a new subclass, if you will, a new super called Prismatic. And it basically combines the light and darkness together to give you new abilities, new powers. Aspects are like little abilities, little passives within your super that help you out, whether it be a 10% damage boost to your primary gun, or it'll make it to where your grenade comes back 10 seconds sooner, things like that. So basically, it's just going to make it to where you have more customization options with your builds. I'm also not sure if this is true, but I heard that they are going to give us a massive buff when it comes to PvE. So like our grenades are going to come back a lot faster. Our class abilities, our melee and all of that is going to come back. Our super is going to come back a lot faster. I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard. Next up, we have Exotic Armor Tier 5 upgrades. All exotic armor earned since Edge of Fate will be automatically upgraded to Tier 5 stats. So I believe this is kind of like a new thing where each time you upgrade your armor, the stats go up. I know with you're able to like take your engrams and you can like modify them or focus. I think it's called focus them. You're focusing the engram, so you can tell the engram, hey, I want a like chest piece or I want a leg piece, and then through that, when it comes out, like you look at the stats, some will be higher, some will be lower. It's all RNG, but Bungie really went into the whole stat thing. I think when. It was before. I know it was before Final Shape. I can't remember exactly when. It might have been the first like mini update expansion where we were helping out the little AI robot chick on Nessus. But like I haven't played Destiny in like 6 months. Give me a break. Next up, True Exotic Armor Transmog. Fully unlocked cosmetic customization for exotic armor pieces. That's all I got there. Fully unlocked cosmetic customization. They said we were going to be able to change, like, we're like going to be able to fully change the look of our exotic pieces, but then we're still going to have like new ornaments that we're getting. So I wonder if that's something different. Next up, something I'm really excited about: daily Eververse and Bright Dust refresh. So usually every Tuesday, the store or Eververse, whatever you want to call it, would reset. There would be two sections. You would have the main section where it would, there'd just be stuff for sale that you can buy with your Bright Dust. If you don't know what Bright Dust is, it's basically you do challenges, and then through those challenges, you complete them, you click on it, you get the rewards, and the rewards a lot of times are just Bright Dust and XP. So you take like 800 Bright Dust, and through 800 Bright Dust, you can get like a ghost shell or whatever, which would be a little, costume that you can put on your ghost. A lot of the stuff that is like expensive would be the emotes. Those were probably the most expensive ones. They would cost like between 3,000 and 4,000 Bright Dust, which was outrageous. But now it's going to be resetting daily. So every day, both sections are going to be getting reset. You've got the main section, and then you've got the Bright Dust section. They're both the same thing. You just have I guess like the first section is supposed to be like the highly sought after ones, and then the sloppy seconds, if you will, would be under the Bright Dust tab. But it's just going to be every day. It's just going to be newer and newer things. So that's cool. And then weekly Bright Dust gains are going to be also shifted into daily gameplay rewards. Don't know what that means. But it sounds like we're going to be getting more Bright Dust. Also, along the lines of that, duplicate protected Bright Engrams. So they are going to be implementing a brand new focusing system for Bright Engrams. You're going to be able to focus them just like you can focus your armor engrams. So everything that comes out of Bright Engrams, you can get ghosts from them. You can get ghost shells, new ornaments that change the look of your guns, your exotic armor, new ships, new sparrows, new emotes, things like that. So you can tell it, hey, I want an emote. You can focus it into an emote, so only an emote will come out of it. Also, they're making it to where you will not be getting duplicates from them. So if you already have it, you're not going to be getting another one, so that's very good. Also, legacy marks and free ornaments. Triumphs from past eras will award returning legendary marks, allowing players to buy old ornaments, a lot of talking here, weapons and accessories completely for free. So legendary marks haven't really been a thing for a while now. They used to be huge back in the day. People were destroying their inventory, trying to chip out as much as many legendary marks, because that was the currency we would use for some cool stuff. Now they are going to be bringing it back, so there's actually something we can spend it on. So with these legendary marks that you're getting from your past era triumphs, so this is like old stuff, not new stuff. So if you complete a triumph for like the Star Wars thing, or if you complete a triumph for the new reward pass or the Edge of Fate, you're probably not going to get legendary marks. It's going to be for old stuff, old dungeons that came out before Edge of Fate, but you're going to be able to buy old armor ornaments, not new, old weapons, and so all this stuff is going to be before Edge of Fate came out. Another, probably the biggest thing that they announced is a singular content purchase. So Sony and Bungie are condensing the entire game's catalog into a singular unified purchase option for all Legacy Destiny 2 content packs. The key word here is Legacy, though. All Legacy Destiny 2 So I think this is everything before Edge of Fate. So the only things that aren't going to be in there are Edge of Fate and the Lawless Frontier, which is the Star Wars thing. So I'm guessing this is going to be a huge DLC pack. Like if they've had things like this in the past, where you would be able to get like the Forsaken expansion with the Witch Queen, things like that. Or like before they've packaged the 38th anniversary with other dungeons, and so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be in this. How many things are gonna be in this? Are we gonna get dungeon keys? This is just gonna be for past expansions. Who knows? How much is it gonna be? If I had to guess, definitely over $100. But we'll see. It sounds good because, it is so hard right now for new players to get into Destiny. A lot of people have actually tried to get into Destiny recently with the announcement that this game is going into maintenance mode. I was watching a video the other day, and this guy, he was struggling. He's a very well-known Call of Duty content creator, and he was struggling to figure out, okay, what do I do next? Because they start you out in Destiny 2 with the Destiny 1 beginning of the campaign, which is so lazy. It's so lazy. Because with them taking out Red War, they had to put something else there because Red War was the beginning of Destiny 2. And now with the beginning of Destiny 2 being the first tutorial mission, where you get your first weapon and things like that, and then you go into that first public area where you fight that fallen tank, and then you move on, and now you meet this random dude who is in charge of helping out new players, but it's like it's overwhelmed the new players. They let you invite your friends, but then they tell you that you have to do these missions solo, and then you can rejoin up with your friends to do the net. It's just very confusing. They do not care about new players whatsoever. The UI is very confusing for adding new players. Even I know, playing it for years, would still struggle to add people because you would have to press like 3 or 4 buttons. It's just, ugh. So sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out. Do they care about new players less, or do they care about PvP players less? Because that's a video for another day, talking about how Bungie only cares about PvE, and they've come out and said that this is a PvE game with a splash of PvP. So yeah. Anyways, and then the last thing I want to talk about is what we're losing, which is, it's big what we're losing, but we're getting, a whole lot of stuff on Tuesday. So obviously, we're not going to be getting any more active live service updates. This is it. This is the final hoorah. No more traditional seasonal events. So, right now we are in June. I don't think there was an Independence Day event ever in Destiny, but we're not going to be getting a Halloween event. We're not going to be getting a Christmas event where you go hand out candy and cookies to everybody. There's not going to be a New Year's thing anymore. No more February 14th 2v2s. Yeah, it's sad. No more competitive trials and Crucible updates. Not that we got many of those. And no more active Gambit support. Did we even have active Gambit support? We're still missing, I believe, 2 maps. Past event weapons will now be earned strictly through engram focusing. Bungie did say, however, that Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner will continue to rotate out for each other on a week-to-week basis. So, like, next week, if it's Trials, the week after, it's going to be Iron Banner type of deal. But, yeah, that is it. That's all I have written down here. We're already at 40 minutes here. On a personal level, I just want to say that I have had a hell of a time on Destiny. I've been playing Destiny since Destiny 1 when the alpha came out. And while the PvP didn't really scratch that itch that I've had since I started first playing Halo, I really appreciated and respected how smooth the gameplay was with the aesthetics and just the different amount of guns that we could use. At the end of the day, Bungie made something really special that they should be proud of. And I really hope Destiny 3 is a thing because, whether you like Destiny or hate it, it's a huge thing and it has a huge community behind it, just like Halo does. Even though the numbers don't represent that and doesn't back that up, it doesn't mean that they're still not there. They're just playing other games right now. Me personally, if tomorrow a Halo game came out that rivaled Halo 2 or Halo 3, I probably would throw my backlog away and only play Halo. It's not like, once again, I did not stop playing Halo because I got bored of it. I did not stop playing Destiny because I got bored of it. I stopped playing it because it turned into something that wasn't Halo, that wasn't Destiny, you know? So with this update, the soul of Destiny, the heart, is coming back. And this is a quality of life update that we've been wanting for a long, long time. And if it came sooner, if it, didn't take the end of Destiny for something like this to happen, we might be in a better spot right now. So all I'm asking is, if you have it in your heart, please re-download Destiny 2. Come back. You don't have to spend a single penny, or nickel. Pennies don't exist anymore. Just hop on the game for as much time as you can spare. Do some Sparrow Racing League. If you want someone to play with, my gamertag is SoCaL Temper. It is in the description box below, along with all my other ways to contact me, and I will be on the game all day, and I'm down to play with whoever. I personally just want to do some Sparrow Racing League, but if you want to do some strikes, PvP, Gambit, whatever, we can even do some raids, even though I'm terrible at them. But having said that, I hope to see the number on Steam be, 400,000 would be awesome. 400,000 would be amazing. I hope it's at least 100,000. I really do. There's no way for us to know what it will be on Xbox and PlayStation, as Bungie and Sony only have those numbers. But it's going to be a big day. I promise you, there is going to be a lot of new stuff to do on Destiny. I just talked about a lot of it. I probably missed a whole bunch. But yeah, comment down below if you want to talk about Destiny. Did I miss something? Did I get something wrong? Let me know. I have a Final Fantasy Rebirth game review showcase coming up. I have a late Lego Batman 1 coming as well. And then, who knows, maybe I'll make another video talking about just random video games, because we have the Summer Showcase and the Xbox Showcase coming. But thank you if you stuck around to the end of this video. 43 minutes. I'll catch you guys later. And yeah, let's go show our support for a game that made us feel all warm and fuzzy inside.